Good morning to everyone from MECCA. Sadly, we are not coming to you live from our MECCA studio because, as you will be aware, Melbourne is still in lockdown. So my name is Marita Burke. I'm beaming live from my home, which I do feel like is the house of Dr. Dennis Gross when I look at my skincare cabinet and my 15-year-old daughter's skincare cabinet as well. And I'm thrilled to be your host this morning to celebrate this incredible new line of retinol products and ferulic products from Dr. Dennis Gross himself. So we are bringing you the world's leading dermatologist into your home this morning and getting us all ready to reappear from this lockdown with the most perfect skin. We have people joining us today. I was actually just looking at all of the comments coming through. We have people joining us today from Melbourne, from Sydney, from a very rainy Noosa, somebody just posted, to New Zealand, Adelaide and Perth. So we are all coming here together as part of the MECCA Communicate to really celebrate this incredible brand. Before we get started, I'd like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land on which I stand today and on which we gather across this nation. I pay respect to elders past, present and emerging and recognise their ongoing connection to this beautiful country with knowledge and stories that have been handed down since time immemorial. I also wish to extend this respect to the traditional owners of our neighbours in Aotearoa. Now, we would love, as I said, to be broadcasting from our studio, but sadly that is not possible. For all of you who are tuning in, please note that it is business as usual. We want you putting in as many questions as we can, and I really want you to take this opportunity to treat this like your very own personal consultation with New York's leading dermatologist. Now, joining me today from her home, we have our MECCA skincare expert, my partner in crime in many of these MECCA Chit Chat sessions, who is the head of our skincare category, an incredible skincare expert who will have the pleasure of working through our masterclass this morning with Dr. Dennis Gross. And Lucy, I'll be saying a big hi to you very soon. Hopefully everybody, there you are. How are you?
I'm really well. How are you, Marita?
I'm very good. I note that you've been priming yourself this morning with all of these incredible products and ready to go and ready to do a little bit of an exhibition as to how to best apply this skincare, how to maximise our results. And I know you and I both will be extracting as much as we can from Dr. Dennis Gross and getting all of the information that we possibly can.
Absolutely. And I've been lucky enough to be trying these products for a couple of months. And I have to tell you, I've already seen such a transformation with my skin. So I'm really excited to demonstrate everything so that our audience can see on camera this morning.
And Luce, what did you say beforehand when we were having a little bit of a tech check? It was a little bit like, well, we are the Dr. Dennis Gross advocates because we talk about it all the time. And we have it all of the time. So it's very easy for you and I to talk about this, isn't it?
Exactly. We're already Dr. Dennis Gross fans.
Exactly. So it's very, very easy. Okay. And on the other side of this Zoom broadcast this morning, we have our amazing MECCA team who will be monitoring the Zoom chat. As I did mention beforehand, please take advantage of this opportunity. Please take advantage of this one-on-one consultation with Dr. Dennis Gross and ask as many questions as you can, and also interact with each other on the amazingness of these products, how you use any tips and tricks as it relates to application techniques, as it relates to layering, as it relates to the eradication of any skincare conditions that you may have had. And so you can help each other answer questions, and then we'll do what we can through this broadcast to be able to make sure that we do as well. Okay, so today our masterclass, and we do have a tendency at MECCA because we do get a little bit excited and we do get a little bit carried away and we do quite often run over time. However, we are going to try and stick to the script. We're going to try and make sure that we can keep this to 60 minutes. If it does run 1 minute or two over, I will apologise. It's just that I do have a tendency to get very lost in the moment when talking about all things skincare. Plus, the other thing that is very worthy to note and worthy to mention is that Dr. Dennis Gross and his team have been very, very generous, and we have 5 incredible gift packs that are on offer during this session, and we will be announcing the winners at the end of today's session. But this is an amazing gift pack in the sense that this is the Spectralite Face Wear Pro, and it is also the Body Wear Pro. So you not only get the leading and most in-demand product at MECCA, you get 2 of those. So it is going to be amazing, and I'm very excited. And Luce, I was actually just looking when the video was playing in, it was like, okay, eyes, dark circles, okay, yes, wrinkles, yes, texture, yes, all ages, all stages. That is an incredibly unique approach to Dr. Dennis Gross and his skincare, isn't it?
Absolutely. And I think that there was so many comments coming through about the face wear, and honestly, Dr. Gross was the first person to really bring that technology into the comfort of our homes. And we know that so many of our customers have seen dramatic changes in their skin having the ability to use this technology. And I know that we were talking as well, we've all got different skin concerns, we've all got different situations, and there really is a product range to suit your concerns, and you can really tailor it. So hopefully we can get into that today as well.
I know, and I just think about it. I have been working with the Dr. Dennis Gross team for over 15 years now, and I still remember in the very early stages when the brand had first launched, Dr. Dennis Gross is very much this pioneer of the peel, the pioneer of being able to have the peel at home. And I remember in some of the early conversations, and, you know, we were looking at this brand, and it was very much, actually, this is the dermatologist you get to have at home with you. So I think everyone is going to get a lot from that. So tonight, we are going to be very focused on celebrating the new Retinol and Ferulic collection. It is a game changer as it relates to skincare, and yet again, all of these products deliver on everything that they are designed to deliver on. So who better to join us, and who better to give us the best advice on these products, on the ingredients within them, on what they're going to do to our skin, but none other than himself, beaming in all the way from New York, Dr. Dennis Gross. Hi, Dr. Gross, how are you?
Oh, hi, Marita. Hi, Lucy. Good morning. I'm great. And I'm watching these little comments and I'm thinking, wow, this is going to be a great little seminar here, because there's already a lot of enthusiasm and I love to teach, and I already can tell that results are what they're looking for. And I really am excited about talking about retinol, because it is, as a dermatologist, I will tell you, this is an ingredient that has made such a difference when done right. And that's really the science that I'm excited to share today.
Yeah, I think that is such a valid point. We have heard so much about retinol, that it does this and it does that, and use it for this and use it for that. But I think debunking all of the conversations that happen about retinol are incredibly relevant, because, as you know, and I think you've really helped to create this customer mindset, it's like we're all looking for performance. We are all looking for ingredients that are going to deliver the magic that we would love to have if we could be over there in New York with you in your rooms. But for as long as we can't get to you in your rooms, your products are with us. So I think the customer is certainly obsessed with performance. Wouldn't you agree?
I would. And I think that I'm actually very excited and proud to talk about our performance and our results. And I must tell you that you know, I traveled to Australia and I spent some great time with all of you at MECCA, and I saw many of your clients. And I also see quite a few international people in my practice. So I formulate for a global community. And I think that's very important from the outset just to say that I know that the skin types and the skin issues, there's some uniqueness to your clientele, to your community. Sensitive skin, it's a very important consideration. Issues with redness, certainly issues with sun, and also everyone wants results. And there's also going to be the kind of thing that you want fine lines and wrinkles to look better. We're all looking for firming effects. We're looking for uneven skin tones to look better, complexion to look better. And also we're looking for radiance. At the same time, we're looking for safety and gentleness. Absolutely all of the above is what's new and exciting about this new retinol range, in that it has done all the above, which is why I love retinol, but it also does it in a way that's gentle on the skin and allows you to layer it and use it with whatever moisturizer you're currently using, whatever other products you like to use. You can integrate this and take your skincare to the next level and truly see a difference, not only with weeks and months, but right away. Yeah. And that's what's most exciting. Of course, results get better and better, but I'm always going to formulate so you can see results right away, get excited, get motivated, stay on them, and see the results get better before your very eyes. So that's what this is about.
It's incredible. But it's interesting because this is retinol and ferulic. So can you tell us a little bit about, you know, what was behind the creation of this product? And, you know, I think first and foremost, what was the thinking behind the combination of retinol and ferulic, but also the ingredients that sit within? And, you know, I know we were talking earlier, these formulas use a blend of really powerful ingredients. Can you talk us, you know, firstly about the range and why the combination of retinol and ferulic, and then the ingredients?
Please, I will tell you. This is the new breakthrough here is that this is what's called a phytoretinol blend. This is taking retinol and adding to it other ingredients that come from from plants, that come from nature. Okay. And they have very many benefits to it. To start with retinol, understand that as a dermatologist, I always like to use ingredients that come from somewhere, either in the human body or from nature itself. Now, retinol comes from vitamin A. That's very important. We know vitamin A is exceedingly important to the health and function of the human body. The skin, no different. So retinol starts with vitamin A, adds a little science to the vitamin A, and converts it to what we now call retinol. But its root is in a vitamin, okay? Now, what has happened though is that, and retinol can do all the things I mentioned, fine lines and wrinkles and complexion, uneven skin tones and radiance and pores and all these really incredible things. It has had a bit of a checkered past. And this is where, as a dermatologist, I've seen this. We've seen people have irritation from it. It's been harsh. It's been very challenging for people to use if their skin is sensitive, if they have any redness. That was the challenge, because as great as it is, we need to fix that. The first thing we did, Marita, was we added ferulic acid. Yeah. Ferulic acid is an antioxidant that comes from the leaves of certain plants. And the key thing about it is it has a calming effect on the skin, soothing effect on the skin. And so we discovered that this antioxidant, which, by the way, retinol, as great as it is not an antioxidant. Taking an external antioxidant and adding it to retinol made it more gentle on the skin, okay? Because antioxidants reduce the irritation. And that's what ferulic did fantastic. We do a lot of research before we launch a product, and we did the clinical testing, we found it, we tested it, and we created this ferulic and retinol blend. And now there's newness. And now this has got bakuchiol and rambutan.
Yeah. And so has that then made retinol a lot more accessible to a lot more skin types, I guess, you know, because you're right, there has been some negative publicity about whether it's, you know, it's sort of damaging to the moisture barrier, or, you know, I'm really nervous because I've got sensitive skin. So is the addition of the ferulic acid, does it address those concerns?
It did. It does dramatically. And by the way, retinol itself is in an encapsulated form. Very important distinction, very unique to these products, right? The retinol is actually put in a little dome, a little bead that allows it to penetrate, and that alone makes it less irritating. Ferulic acid helps that cause as well, okay? It reduces the inflammation that retinol can produce. However, I must say that we are constantly striving for even better. And what we did was we then continued our research and have discovered something very important. When retinol causes irritation in the skin, when it causes redness in the skin, it does it because it causes a disturbance to what's called the moisture barrier. The top layer of skin, which is designed to keep moisture in the skin, to keep hydration inside the skin, retinol can disrupt it. So what we have done is we again did more research, and we came up and learned that another naturally derived ingredient, bakuchiol, actually, when used with retinol, can actually protect the moisture barrier and actually cause it to become more stabilized and to promote its regeneration and prevent its breakdown from retinol in real time. So that when you use retinol mixed with bakuchiol, you have a strengthened moisture barrier. Your skin will not get dried out. Your skin is protected. The moisture inside your skin will stay there. You get the benefits of retinol and none of the irritation, none of the dryness, none of the redness. And now you can use this technology in a product that can allow your skin to get to the next level of all the things you're looking for. You can be looking for anti-aging benefits, clarity, beautiful skin tones, less redness, you see? And so layering it is very important. So bakuchiol is one of the key ingredients. There's a lot of science, Marita, and I don't know if you...
I know, but do you know, it's fascinating because all of the comments that are coming up in the chat, everybody is responding to the how fascinating and how fabulous it is to have the science explained. And do you think, Dr. Dennis Gross, do you think that as we have all become so engaged in, I'm not just going to say aging, I think just like, you know, there is a real blurring between health and beauty and wanting healthy skin and wanting the best skin. And, you know, as customers, we have become so much more obsessed in the science than just the look and feel. And you, I think, have been a bit of a trailblazer in democratizing that dermatologist science speak for us. What do you think's driving that customer demand for more science and explanation?
Well, I will tell you, the answer is the key secret here is you must keep the skin healthy as you pursue the beauty you're looking for. That's the key. And I've always said, and in my practice the same, I don't believe in lasers that are aggressive. I didn't from the very outset say that peels should be radical and make your skin red. That's why I developed the alpha beta peel. Yeah. But believe it or not, in its day, I was a renegade because people thought you cannot get great results unless you damage the skin and cause it to come back stronger. It's preposterous, actually. So the key thing is the science of keeping the skin very healthy as you get it to do what you're looking for it to do. So, excuse me. So for example, the key thing to getting younger looking skin, one of them, is to build collagen, right? The protein in skin, that structure that gives your skin firmness, which we lose from aging, which we lose from sun exposure and sun damage, which we lose from wear and tear, okay? We want more of that. We want more collagen in our skin, okay? So one of the things, again, unique to the science of this product, I will tell you, is we have found a way now, yes, we've kept it gentle. Yes, we've gotten a way to get to have it multitasking and allow you to layer it over whatever product you want to get even better results. But we've also found a way to get more collagen produced in your skin. And by the way, the only legitimate way to get more collagen in your skin, you cannot drink it and expect it to work. You cannot even apply it because it's a giant molecule, it won't get in. The only way to do it is to use ingredients that stimulate your skin to make more of its own collagen, to bring it back in time to when it made a lot. It's possible to do that. Those cells are there, they're alive. They just need a little more loving, kind push, okay? So for example.
You are talking to me. You are talking to me. I am always saying to the girls, what is the answer to collagen? And, you know, and I think it is a function living in Australia. So, you know, if you're in your 20s or your 30s, you've been exposed to the sun and sort of extreme conditions as well. And then as you get older, speaking to somebody, 50, it's like, it does, your collagen starts to disappear. So how do we stimulate that?
I'll tell you how we do it. First of all, retinol does it directly. Number one, it does it by itself. However, it does it now, we can do it in different ways. For example, there's this thing called rejuvenation of the skin cells, right? Cell turnover, it's called. We've heard that expression. Let's define it. So retinol, all the products you're seeing here, all of them increase cell turnover, and that is done in a better way now because bakuchiol does it and is additive to retinol. Rambutan, another very important new ingredient in these products, derived from nature again, from the world of plants, also does it. They do it in very different ways, so they're additive. There's no redundancy here. There's actually separate pathways in the skin to get more collagen being produced. So when you do that, you increase cell turnover. You also have an increased direct effect on the cells that make collagen. And what's fascinating is ferulic acid multitasks because not only does it cause soothing of the skin, it's an antioxidant which protects the breakdown from free radicals of your existing collagen. So what I've just gone through is the science, and it's in absolutely every one of these products. So it just as a matter of selecting the product for you that makes sense for your skin type, for your aesthetic, and for your goals. Okay, and then but they all have the same science in it, and they all are gentle, and they're all safe for people who have sensitive skin, dry skin, mature skin. By the way, younger people now are more than ever interested in protecting their skin. They're seeing what happens to their parents as they get older, or they're just starting to see a little crepiness along their through here, or a little bit of thinning. It's time to treat so that you never let that get worse. It's possible. So that's what's exciting.
Yeah, it really is incredible. Now, we've got you and Lucy are going to do a little bit of a session in a minute, and I'm sorry, I feel like I'm really hogging all of the time here because I'm just personally and professionally just so fascinated in this. But I've been watching the comments come through, and you know, there's loads of questions around, you know, I'm breastfeeding, is it okay to use retinol? Or I'm pregnant, is it okay to use retinol? Or I have very fair skin, is it okay to use retinol? And, you know, so is there, you know, what are the do's and don'ts of retinol?
Well, Marita, you just asked basic ones, and let me answer them because
fantastic.
In my clinic, this is exactly what we hear. So number one, first of all, sensitive skin, absolutely okay to use these products now, okay? This is not retinol of old. This is the newest modern improvements to that ingredient that makes it safe for all skin types and all skin tones, period. You don't have to worry about it. Breastfeeding, okay too. no issue. Pregnancy, the key thing is that there's 4 products. They're all safe for pregnancy, except I don't recommend using the peel pad, the retinol peel pad. It's a little stronger. It is the strongest of all of these. By the way, you use it twice a week and you'll see results as you sit and watch. I can't believe we saw this, and now we're hearing thousands of people saying they're witnessing this as well. That product, however, for pregnancy, let's stay away because it's a little bit too strong, I think, and I just want to play it safe. That said, fear not. Yeah. Go for it. You'll see.
Yeah, it is incredible. And I'm just, before I hand you over, there is one point, and it relates to a couple of questions around at what age should you start with retinol. And one of the things that I do find quite unique about your line, and I'm sure this is the case for other brands, but I'm witnessing this firsthand. In this house, there is me, that is 50 plus a couple, but I'm not going to declare my entire age in front of this many people. However, so there is a range of products that I have. So the Spectralite, I use that, but then Frankie, my 15-year-old daughter, who is the most obsessed, and if it wasn't for homeschooling, that she is now sitting in an online class, I think she would be sitting out here with me. But she uses the Spectralite as well. She is obsessed with the breakout clearing gel. I've got that. That's probably not great for props because it's from her bathroom. But my point here is that, you know, your range speaks to all stages, all skin types, all skin conditions, all of those things. And yet it's very targeted and it's very performance focused, whether that's the peel pads, whether it's the extra strength peel pads, whether it's the stress repair, whether it's the retinol and ferulic. How do you, but I think you're coming at this from a true dermatologist point of view, which is the skin, and you know, you're addressing the skin at all of these different ages and stages. So what are you seeing in terms of how we're currently living, how we're living our lives? We've all had, you included, a pretty tough 18 months in lockdown. How do you sort of decide which skin conditions or skin needs that you really want to approach with your line?
I'll tell you. The answer is that, so I have spent my career as a dermatologist, you know, and before that, I was a skin cancer researcher at Sloan Kettering. And before that, I was at NYU, and actually the Slip Slap Slop campaign in Australia was something that my professors and I was a student at the time when the Australian government asked, our medical center to participate in helping sunscreen usage. The answer to your question is this. Look, as a dermatologist, I see people one-on-one all the time. It's always one-on-one. And that's what I love about being a dermatologist. You close the door, it's you and the patient, okay? And every patient has their own unique problem, their own unique type of skin, and their own unique issues. And over the years, I have learned to address my therapy and my thoughts and my science in a targeted way, because that's what people need, okay? So the entire range, the entire skincare line is really informed by my practice as a dermatologist. So this is something that I will tell you now, to bring it fast forward to today. What I have seen is that we are more than ever health conscious. We're more than ever interested in self-care, and more than ever, I think, interested in truth and getting results. And it's based in honest science and in real know-how. And so when all I really want to do is I want to get results for everybody, and I want it to be achieved safely, and I want the results to be brilliant. And I must say, I'm happy to say that I have an incredible team, and we are now really on the march, because we have proven ourselves to be all the above. And it comes from the honest science that you have to, as a dermatologist, the blend, the key thing is to combine dermatology and science to understand skin, which are cells, really, right? It's an organ, along with the ingredients and the delivery systems and the doses and the combinations of other ingredients that combine to work on the skin. And that is the brand new frontier that I think separates us from the rest, is the dermatology plus the science from the laboratory, all the while rooted in the belief that ingredients from nature are the best, but adding some science to make them work even better and more safely and more universally for all skin types and all skin tones. That's the fundamental foundation of what we do.
And you do it so well. And do you know what? I'm being told to sort of wrap up my conversation with you because, and you know, I'm sorry everyone, because I just love it and I do find it absolutely fascinating. But I think the purpose of today is to really introduce and demonstrate the new retinol and ferulic lines. And so I am now going to hand over to you, Dr. Dennis Gross, with Lucy Shaw, our very talented head of all things skincare and acting CEO of Dr. Dennis Skincare in Australia, because she is just such a champion. So could everyone please give a very warm welcome to Lucy and Dr. Dennis Gross, and you will now step through the Skin Masterclass using these products. And I may just have to interrupt every now and then as I watch all of the customer questions come through. So I'm sorry, but over to you both.
Oh, thank you, Marita. And please, let's keep the conversation going. Feel free to jump in with any questions as we're going. So I'm just going to be demoing the products and Dr. Gross is going to be sort of talking through the benefits. But Marita, if there are any of our audience questions, I can see there's 285 questions today. But if there's any that you want to call out.
I know, I'm trying really hard and I'm trying to read the questions and look at Dennis. Anyway, but over to you both.
And I have to say, Dr. Gross, you'll have to save this chat as a cup filler because there is just so many compliments and love coming through for you in the comments. So you'll have to have a read of it after we finish.
Lovely. Happy to.
Okay, so Lucy, just before you start, I do think with this volume of questions, the minute our borders open, I do think that we will need to get Dennis and his team over here because everybody is talking about, oh my goodness, how amazing would it be to have a one-on-one? You know, I'd love to have a one-on-one with him and for him to see my skin. We're getting, you know, clap, clap, clap. We're getting all of these really great comments. So you need to come back.
We need to do a skin lab and we need to broadcast it to everybody so everyone can get involved.
And yes, I can hear you, New Zealand. There's a whole lot of comments coming from people in New Zealand to say, New Zealand, please. We will make that happen.
Absolutely. Okay, now I did pre-cleanse my skin this morning because I am sitting in my home office, so I don't have a sink here. But I did just want to call out the Pore Perfecting Cleansing Gel. I actually saw a few comments coming through about this being a favorite product. So Dr. Gross, would you mind just stepping us through the benefits of the cleansing gel?
Yes, very important part of your routine is your cleansing. If you think about it, that is what kicks it off. It's the first step. And I take that step very seriously because it has certain goals and they were met by this product. And here's the concept. The first thing is you want a deep clean. You want to get rid of the excess oil. You want to get rid of the debris inside your pores. You want to get rid of the dirt, the grime, the pollution. And it does all that. It does it by a foaming, beautiful lather that rinses off beautifully and your skin has this wonderful, clean surface to it. Key thing though, is you never want to overstrip the skin. As a dermatologist, I know that you have to keep the skin in balance. You want it to not be too dry. You don't want it to ever get irritated. So this is a soap-free, sulfate-free product that's going to do all the above and yet keep your skin in balance. Plus, again, over the years as a dermatologist, I have concluded you're better off, and that's what we do. It has a built-in toner, no separate step, and it has a built-in makeup remover, no separate step. So really it's 3 products in one. And I will tell you, sometimes the less products you use, the better, okay? So it's a way to deeply clean your pores, get rid of your makeup, even the eye makeup. It rinses off beautifully and your skin is just healthy and stays in balance. Why is that important? Because then everything else you're going to do, everything else from your alpha beta peel to your serums that are really powerful and help your moisturizer, including the moisturizer, will work better. So that's what the cleanser does.
Yeah, and we did have a lot of comments coming through around my skin barrier is compromised, my skin's really irritated. And I think often it can just be something as simple as over cleansing. So finding something that is soap free like this that will actually get the job done, remove makeup and effectively clean the skin is such a game changer. And I love that you explained that it really sets your skin up for the next steps as well. Now, I'm not going to demonstrate the peel pads because I actually want to use a different peel pad, which you will see in a moment. And I think you guys will love seeing it. But ordinarily, I mean, before I even worked at MECCA, probably 15 years ago, I was introduced to the 2-step peel. The most iconic, I would have to say, product that you have in your line. And there are many, many fans. Could you just step us through, how did the 2-step peel come about? And why is this such an important part of your routine?
Basically, every answer to your question will always begin by my saying, it started in my dermatology practice. So as a dermatologist, I have always been impressed with the way peels do so many things to the skin, okay? The key thing, though, is like the cleanser, like we just talked about, it must keep your skin in balance. I have learned that everybody, even those with sensitive skin or redness issues, or who are dry or more mature, everybody needs to keep their skin in balance. So the key thing, the breakthrough was that it's 2 steps. There was no 2-step peels out there. They were all like single-step peels. And the truth of the matter is, if you look back at the history of dermatology, when peels are done by doctors for decades, it's always 2 steps. A 1-step peel is really nothing more than a strong exfoliator. So what makes this powerful product work so well is that it introduces the acids in step 1. You leave it on for 2 minutes. It's a very controlled time. And then you use the 2nd step to turn off the acids. And that control is the key to getting the right results, to getting the balance, to not overdoing it. And also, it's very interesting, back to the science for a moment. So the 1st step does remove that top layer of dead, dull skin, your oldest layer. And what's amazing is that right beneath that layer are your youngest cells, your youngest skin layer. And that's brought to the surface. That's what is revealed. So your radiance is immediately improved. The 2nd step also feeds 15 plus of key vitamins and antioxidants and soothing ingredients and other nutrients to those young, fresh, healthy skin cells now on the surface. And that combination by acids applied in a controlled way, turned off, and then feeding that top layer of skin cells is how the magic happens. It happens immediately. And then as you continue to use it, it builds collagen, helps your complexion, helps your pores, uneven skin tones, all the things that peels have been why they're so successful by doctors like myself is exactly what the prototype I used to create the alpha beta peel.
And I know coming into the warmer months now in Australia and New Zealand, a lot of the time we think, oh, I can't do exfoliating in summer because my skin will be too exposed. Is that a myth? Can we still use these?
Absolutely. It is a myth because it keeps your skin in balance. And by the way, a couple things to think about. First of all, people hear the word acid and it scares them. That makes sense. But let me tell you something. The pH, the normal pH of our skin, human skin, is on the acidic side. It lives there. So basically, you have to create a system where you are keeping the skin in the environment to which it thrives and to which it likes to live. So acids are actually something that are embraced by the skin, right? Too much, not good.
Yeah.
The right amount in the right controlled way. And by the way, alpha beta peel is because it's a blend of alpha and beta hydroxy acids. Even that was thought through. It's not just one acid at high concentration. It's multiple alpha and beta hydroxy acids because, again, we're a research-based company. We did the research and found that when you use multiple acids at lower concentrations, that add up, but when used in a way that there's more than one acid, that is the way to not irritate the skin. The skin gets much more irritated when you use one acid at high concentration rather than multiple acids, which add up to the same concentration. Interesting. So that's part of the science. There's a lot of science, but those are the real important principles to the alpha beta peel. And again, it's just taking what we know in the profession of dermatology to create products to bring them home.
Yeah. So the key really is that it's using a combination of acids that are compatible with the skin and not going to overdo it. And you've got your second step, which is going to neutralize the acids. I love it. Okay, now I'm keeping an eye on the time and I am being told that I've got to move things along. So I probably won't do the full 3-minute face wear treatment, but I cannot do this masterclass without talking about this product. And I'm so lucky to have the limited edition Pearl version, which we do have available for holiday this year. But this is something that I cannot go without in my everyday skincare routine. And LED was something that I was introduced to in the clinic, which is quite an expensive treatment. It takes a very long time. And so now that I can actually do this at home for 3 minutes onto clean skin has just been such a game changer. So I use it on the red light. I'm also just going to pin my hair back really quickly. But would you recommend doing this every single day?
Oh, it's essential to be used every single day. That was why we didn't launch this product until we got the results in just 3 minutes a day. We have to keep it convenient. Remember, we saw what the technology was out there where you needed to keep the mask on for 12 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. My patients were telling me there's no way I can do that. So we had to break ground and find a way to make it strong enough so that in just 3 minutes a day, you get results. And it's important, you must use it every day. This again, LED is done in my practice. It's done by dermatologists. That red light you're talking about is crystal clear, is in the way it promotes collagen in yet a different way than retinol, then a different way than the alpha beta peel, in a different way than vitamin C. So they're all additive. It just select the way you want to accomplish it. And the more ways you do it, the more results you're going to see. But the red light builds back your collagen, okay? It has a blue light built in. If you have complexion problems, Marita's 15-year-old, this is what we're talking about when she has the complexion issues. The blue light is great, and one per family is perfectly acceptable because it works to help clear acne. It kills the bacteria that causes acne. And it's, by the way, this has been cleared by the United States Food and Drug Administration. I can't sit here and say this. It would be against the law if I didn't prove it and get the clearance of the US Food and Drug Administration. And we did, because the data is compelling and it proves that it works. So complexion, anti-aging, and one more thing I must say, the red LED light also brings down redness. It brings down inflammation, which is a big problem. I will tell you, when I was in Australia, I noticed something. The water in your country is very hard. And very many people, and that means it has high calcium. There are very many people with redness as an issue. This product brings down redness. All of the new retinol products are designed, forget about making the skin red, it brings redness down. There are ingredients that we know I have created that I use that are going to soften the water, and I put them in every single product. And what they do, basically, I know we're running this short time, but calcium levels are very high, and that's what makes water hard.
Yeah.
Chelators are ingredients that actually soften the water and get rid of the calcium that's left on your skin. And that's what makes water hard. it's in the range of the retinol products. We put them in all our products because I know I'm formulating for, like I said, people
a
global community. London, big problem. United States, Seattle, huge problem. So the point I'm making is that there's even redness is helped by the LED mask.
Yeah, and I think you probably saw in the audience that even just that short time that I had the red LED on my skin, my redness went down. And being someone who I have fair skin, it's quite fragile, it's quite vascular. I'm really prone to that sort of sensitivity and flushing. So for me, it just calms everything down. And I took the advice from your lovely wife, which was to put it on top of the coffee machine because it's hands-free, and then you just pop it on and you can't forget to wear it for three minutes a day. So I love it. Now I have to get into the overnight texture renewal peel, because this really, if there's any product that you're going to put into your cart today, make it this product. I'm so excited to show you. So this is a renewal peel, but it's more like a retinol treatment, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It's one step because retinol is not an acid. So it does not need to be neutralized. Now you understand the science. So it's one step. And this is a product you only need to use twice a week. Like pick 2 days. I tell my patients Sundays and Wednesdays. They're separated and it's midweek and the weekend. This is a product that is going to be like you said, Lucy, this is a retinol treatment. It has retinol, again, encapsulated retinol. It has bakuchiol, it has the rambutan, and it has the ferulic acid. And what I have done in my practice, once again, is we do retinol peels, and it is astounding the kind of results you get when you have a product that delivers the fluid into your skin right away. And it gives your skin beautiful radiance. I mean, radiance that you will see immediately within, watch, it's incredible. Just like in 3 minutes, you just stay there in front of your mirror and you will see your skin coming alive, because this is how retinol, when done right, can really make a dramatic difference. Then it works on remember something about complexion concerns. No matter whether it's a blemish or a little clogged pore or full-blown acne, okay? All complexion problems, congested pores is the problem. It's the #1 common denominator. Retinol in this particular product gets in there and decongests your pores. So it gives your skin a beautiful clarity, regardless of where you are in any complexion concern, okay? Hyperpigmentation. This product, again, it's gentle, but remember something about retinol, why I love it so much. Retinol stops the overproduction of pigmentation, which is why people get melasma, hyperpigmentation, these sunspots. So it works on that. And then the collagen story. Build back your collagen, fine lines and wrinkles and firming. But one more thing, it's not just fine lines and wrinkles only, okay? Collagen loss, collagen depletion is what leads to sagging. It leads to grooves, it leads to jowls, it leads to indentations here. It's all the same thing. It's just more of the same and gets worse and worse. And then you start to see things. It starts with a little crinkle, goes to a fine line, and ends up with sagging. You need lifting. All of those things are what all of these retinol products will do. The peel you're talking about, very powerful.
Yeah, and I think you can see from the light sort of bouncing off my skin, immediately you get that glow. And look, I've had acne growing up. I've got pigmentation that you can see because I haven't got any makeup on. But using a treatment like this, I just feel like it sort of fast forwards your results a little. Like, I think using retinol every day is fantastic, but having that sort of extra dose a couple times a week just really helps to get those results.
And a great tip is to use it with the alpha beta peel. Remember, you use the alpha beta peel.
Yes.
You can use it 5 times a week and use this twice a week. Some people like to use the alpha beta peel in the morning and this at night. You have choices. But when you use the alpha beta peel, don't stop. You want that boost. You know that principle, there is a biological basis for boosting the skin twice a week. And that's what the retinol peel will do. Great to use along with your alpha beta peel.
Yeah, fantastic. Okay, so twice a week for the retinol peel and then 5 times a week for the alpha beta peel. I think that's pretty easy to follow. Now, next thing that I want to talk about is the eye area. Now, I think a lot of us have had so much extra screen time because everything that we do at the moment is on a screen, let alone with our iPhones. And I found that dark circles is something that I've never really had to deal with, but all of a sudden it's popped up for me. So I've been using the Triple Correction Eye Serum, and you have a really fantastic way of explaining how that helps to target darkness under the eyes, if you wouldn't mind taking us through that.
I will gladly. So okay, it's not that straightforward though. Just remember something. Under eye circles is one of two things. It can be hyperpigmentation. It can be even melasma all through here. That leads to dark circles. And like I mentioned, the retinol in this product, how amazing it is that retinol has gone from being an irritating, problematic ingredient to now we found the way to make it useful around the eye area, including the upper lid where it firms the crepiness there. So we can use it safely around the eyes. And one of the things it does is it helps the uneven skin tones here if that's your cause of dark circles. However, let me tell you, the other reason for dark circles is because as the skin under the eye starts to thin out, it naturally becomes more transparent because it's thinner. What happens then is you actually can start to more visibly see the veins that live all around the eyes. It's a highly vascular area, a lot of blood vessel, a lot of blood flow. So as the skin thins out here, many people have under eye circles because you're starting to see the veins because their skin thins out. What's the remedy? More collagen. Collagen firms the skin, builds back that lower lid area. So now you have a better partition to keep the veins from being so visible. So either way, as a dermatologist, there's ways to examine a person to see which is their concern, hyperpigmentation for the dark circle or thinning for the dark circle. I wanted to create a product that either way gets the job done, and that's what the Retinol Eye Serum does for you. And it does other things. I have to just mention that there are many people who are starting to see fine lines and wrinkles here, and even younger people are loving this product.
Yes.
So it's great for no matter where, again, that's a collagen story as well.
Yes.
Or what about crepiness in the upper lid? Also something that we're starting to see and by the way, when you get sagging on your upper lid, as a dermatologist, I'll tell you, there is no laser, there is no injection, it's straight to surgery. So using something for the hooding, that layer of the extra skin here, the retinol and ferulic, the new eye serum, terrific. And layer moisturizer over it, layer your makeup over it. It gets into the skin very quickly. It's been a tremendously well-received product for that reason.
Yeah, and I think that's such a great point that you raise around crepiness on the eyelids, because we do wear eyeshadow, we use products there, sometimes harsh cleansers, and once that delicate skin starts to break down, like you say, there's no laser that can fix that. So really taking care and investing time and effort and product in that area is really important. And you probably saw when I was sort of massaging the product in, I really had that sort of instant lift and tightening effect as well.
Yes, it's all designed. And one of the things we're not going to get to tonight are delivery systems. Okay, it's not just the ingredients, the bakuchiol, retinol, ferulic acid, remibrutinib, and niacinamide, and the overnight serum. It's also about how you get it into the skin and reach, as we talked about with Marita earlier. The target, is called delivery systems. That delivery system in the eye product, and all of these, is a whole nother section, another division in our research and development team. We're just working on delivery systems. It's quite sophisticated and very important.
Very impressive. Okay, now I'm just going to quickly touch on the Texture Renewal Serum. So being an oily sort of combination customer myself, I find that retinol kind of helps to regulate that effect and help to refine the texture of the skin. So this is one that I'm also just going to apply.
Yes.
One sort of dropper. It's a really lightweight sort of fluid serum.
Yes.
And totally fine to use all of the ferulic and retinol products together as well.
Oh, absolutely. They're all designed to be used together. And just the tip for how do you decide how to layer them, you always apply the thinnest one first. Okay, that's all there is to it. So this serum is thinner than the other one we're going to show you in a minute, the overnight product, right? So this one gets into the skin right away. It does its incredible benefits. That's what a serum does. A serum is super targeted, super focused on getting the job done, okay? It is a great way to get your retinol, and then whatever moisturizer you have, and we have great moisturizers, and people I know are, from MECCA loves our moisturizers. This is the new thing to do, to way to really step up your results and get more beautiful looking skin, is to use this Texture Renewal Serum underneath your moisturizer. It will convert any moisturizer into a therapeutic treatment, right? Uneven skin tones, collagen, complexion, pores, all of those things come together when you layer and use something underneath your moisturizer. That is the key thing to do.
Yeah, absolutely. And we do have a lot of comments coming in saying that's such a helpful tip. If you're ever confused about which order to use your products in, just have a look at the texture and go thinnest through to the thickest, and that order, and you can never go wrong. Now, if it was nighttime, I would be going in with my overnight wrinkle treatment, but I'm just going to demonstrate that on my hand because I am going to follow with another one of my favorite moisturizers from your line. So this would you use it in place of your moisturizer, or would you use it in addition?
See, many people do. And I will tell you that it's absolutely up to the individual. Consider this a means by which you have the benefits of retinol. You have your retinol treatment in a more hydrating base, in a more moisturizing delivery system, okay? It's not super heavy, and many people want a little hydration from every step of what they put on their skin. And many people will just put this product on first and then put a heavier moisturizer on over it. Remember, layering on your retinol product beneath your moisturizer is the key thing to do to start to see the advancements that we are now able to see in skincare. And that's how we do it. So this is a product that you can layer on. You can put it on after your Texture Renewal Serum or before your moisturizer. I want to mention something unique about that product, okay? This is a product that actually has niacinamide in it. And niacinamide is an ingredient that, like the other new ingredients I mentioned, there's something called synergy in skincare science. And that means that ingredients used in combination actually work better than they would individually, okay? Niacinamide helps get rid of redness. Niacinamide helps uneven skin tones. Niacinamide is an antioxidant. And niacinamide is a vitamin B3, okay? Super healthy, and it's in that product. So it has an incredible soothing effect. So if that's what you're looking for, this is a great product to layer under your moisturizer because it gives you the benefits of retinol with an extra benefit of soothing your skin.
Yeah, I love that. We all love niacinamide here at MECCA. So that's a really great addition to the already fantastic overnight wrinkle treatment. Now, I have just checked the time and I'm aware that we have gone over by a couple of minutes. So I just wanted to let all of our audience know we will be going slightly over time today, but we understand if you have meetings or study that you need to get to. But I now want to follow up with, as you mentioned, so you could use this as your serum for nighttime, but for day I use the Texture Renewal Serum underneath a lovely hydrating moisturizer. And I know there will be many fans in the audience that probably are already obsessed with this product. It would have to be in the top 3 top selling moisturizers at MECCA, and that is the Hyaluronic Marine Moisture Cushion. So I'm going to apply that one now.
Yes. You know, I'm so happy that you like it.
We love it.
Yeah, I love it too. And I love the science that led to this particular product. You know, I remember when we were developing it, we were working on this product for like 2 years before we actually said, okay, we're ready to put it on the shelves at MECCA.
Wow.
This is an example of the pillars of skincare and how hyaluronic acid is yet another hero ingredient. And so what I believe in is that your skincare routine, you want to try to get these hero ingredients in some way in your regimen. Hyaluronic acid is up there. It's with retinol. It's with alpha beta hydroxy. It's up there with vitamin C. It's up there with LED and niacinamide. This is an ingredient that is found in skin. By the way, it lives right next to collagen. They're like, I call them sisters, you know, they're together in the dermis, the lower layer of skin, and it holds all that moisture into the skin. It also brings moisture from the atmosphere into your skin, and it's also oil-free. So summertime coming, perfect to use that moisturizer, especially in the daytime, so that you can have no issues with shine and excess oil buildup, and you have a natural way to give your skin that great radiance and hydration. And layer, it works beautifully. Like you said, textural renewal serum, layer that with this, beautiful.
Yeah, and beautiful under makeup. So many of our MECCA customers are also buying complexion products from us, and it's very important that it doesn't disturb their beautiful foundation finish, which, speaking of, my final step in the skincare routine today is the Daily Defense UV Shield. And as somebody who has to be on screen and on camera a lot and have my foundation looking perfect, but I'm sitting right in front of a window all day, SPF that isn't going to disturb my makeup is so important. So I did want to quickly demonstrate the SPF. And now you formulated this just for the Australian and New Zealand customer. Is that true?
Oh, it's true. And it started when I visited you, and I was talking. I remember having dinner with Marita, and we were talking about we need a sunscreen here. And that's how this was born. And by the way, you need to have a sunscreen that's really strong, that does not allow you to have any concerns about sun sensitivity from products, that protects you from the strong sunlight there. Ozone is still an issue, you know, and that was another thing. So I know what we need. And the key thing here is it is an SPF 50 physical block. And I really believe that the physical blocks, my personal opinion, for the products I make for our clients, physical blocks are not chemical sunscreens. The physical blocks, I believe, are more gentle on the skin. And I'm very, very convinced that they have an ability to keep the skin in balance. So that's what we did here. And it's powerful stuff. And I love what you just did, by the way. You did a little bit up here along your hairline. What I must tell you, folks, don't be afraid to use it up here, because I know people don't want to get their hair messy. But you have to. I've seen people in my practice who over the years only go this high with their sunscreen, and then they start to get little growth.
There you go.
Unlike little things going on right here, because over the years, sunscreen should go on like this. Get that upper layer. Don't forget your ears. Don't forget your nose. This is a product that will not let your skin even get pink. Pink, because pink is what I tell my patients is the new red. Okay. You don't even want, this will not allow any sun through, so that you're not going to get pink you won't see any pinkness the next day because you had too much sun. If you do, you got to reapply more frequently.
Yeah. And look, with a physical SPF, the texture is often a little bit different. Sometimes you might need to massage it in a little bit more, but you can see when I first apply it to the skin, you can see the white sort of sunblock. And then as I just make sure I adequately massage that in, I've got this beautiful sort of finish, this glowy finish, and it does really absorb. You just need to give it a couple of minutes. So, and also make sure you are checking the back of the packaging and reapplying as directed. And we don't just rely on our SPF. Make sure you wear a hat and sit in the shade as well. Have to remind you about that. All right. Well,
okay, you guys, I am reinserting myself back in this conversation. I was feeling really marginalized that I couldn't just jump in and ask questions as that was all going through. But that was absolutely fantastic. And I think, you know, just to summarize all of the comments and all of the questions, I think from everybody, I think today has been a really great sort of masterclass on the do's and don'ts of retinol, just the role of retinol and when it's combined with other powerful players like ferulic, we just get so much more. Then I think when you talk to the ingredients, it's like, it really understands, as a customer, we can really understand how the inclusion of those ingredients helps us, whether it relates to sensitivity, redness, and all of those sorts of things. So that very gentle and calming approach. Look, Dr. Dennis Gross, I have just loved this morning's session. And I know that all of our customers have been thrilled to have the opportunity to hear from you directly. I am going to promise all of these customers that we are going to give them the opportunity to hear from you in real life once we are all back open, up and running. Sydney has just opened, or New South Wales has just opened this week, and we can tell that our customers are just so keen to get back in store and enjoy the human touch that we have tried to deliver virtually today. But thank you both so much. We do have, it was a really difficult task to try and pick our winners for today, but I am pleased to announce that we have 5 winners. We have Amy Kippen, Nikita Jahari, Timothy Webb, Valia Korda, and Jing Wong. And we will be in touch with all of you. The MECCA team will be in touch with all of you in the coming days so that you can reclaim this incredible prize. Lucy, thank you for being our model with the mostest in today's session. And to you, Dr. Dennis Gross, just a million thank yous for not just the brand and not just the incredible products that you bring to us, but that incredible knowledge and expertise that you impart to all of us is very generous. And, you know, we are very, very grateful and incredibly proud to have this brand at MECCA. I'm sure mecca.com.au or .co.nz is going to be a very busy website this afternoon as all of those items are added to cart. So on behalf of everyone from MECCA, thank you. And to all of our customers that have tuned in this afternoon, it is so great to have you with us. Even though I can't see you, I can feel it through all of the questions. So thank you so much. And I wish everyone a really great weekend, and thanks a million to everyone for participating. Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye.